What is up, everybody? This is Like It's 1985, and this is my review of Marvel Select Anti-Venom. So first, let's take a look at the actual packaging, which is pretty cool. Pretty big package, and you can see on the back there, on the card back, there's actually some pictures from probably the actual comic strip. There's a picture of the headshot of Anti-Venom, and you can kind of see more back here of that picture. On the side of the packaging, you do have a nice picture of Anti-Venom. And I'm wondering if that's actually from the actual comic strip. I'm assuming it might be. So on the back here you have a bio, and you can read that certainly if you wish to, about Anti-Venom. And of course you have a actual picture of the figure, and a look at other figures in the Marvel Select line. This is actually a 2012 release, and I bought this for around $22 at my local comic book shop. So let's take a look at the figure itself. It does come with this very nice base here, and let me go ahead and set the figure to the back here. And we'll take a look at the base. Very nicely detailed. These pieces here, 1, 2, and 3, are all actually separate pieces. They come packaged separately, and it's a pretty nice looking base. You can see down there. Got some pegs. You don't really have to use the pegs, but you can to more securely attach the figure to the base. So there's that. Look at the back here. And let's take a look at the figure itself. Now, one thing to note about this figure, based on its design, the actual figure itself has these points here throughout the figure, and they are sharp. I mean, they can actually, you can definitely feel them. They're not sharp enough to really pierce the skin, but you kind of poke your finger and it kind of makes a little indent there, if you can see that. So you do have to be careful. You can see there I made a little indent in my finger there. So they are pretty pokey, pretty prickly. But a look at the figure itself, starting with the head. Really cool. Not a whole lot to say about it, but it is nice for what it is, being a symbiote costume. Articulation is fairly basic, and as you know that Marvel Select figures tend to have less points of articulation than, let's say, a Marvel Universe or a Marvel Legends figure. But there is articulation at the head, pretty much side to side. I can't seem to really get the figure to look more up or down. There's that joint there. It looks like you can probably do that if you don't poke your fingers too much, but looks like it doesn't really want to go down farther. All the way around with the shoulders, out to that degree to the side. No bicep swivel. You do have 1 point of articulation at the elbow for this range at the elbow. Swivel at the wrist. And you got some really large hands here. Really cool. There's no ab articulation. You do have a swivel cut at the waist. At the legs you have articulation just like that. You can probably rotate this ball here, but it's pretty stiff. You can see there's a joint there, and there's a swivel at the thigh. A single point of articulation at the knee and at the ankles. So not too bad. I actually saw this figure a couple times. I passed it up, but I'm really a fan of the Venom and all the variations with the symbiote, with Carnage and Toxin and so forth. So I do like this particular character. It's funny though, because I stopped reading comics about 1993, 1994, I would say. And that time, Eddie Brock, which was bonded to the Venom symbiote, was the traditional looking black Venom. But this is a change, and you can kind of catch up on like the Marvel Wikipedia or some other place like that to kind of catch up on what happened with the character. But I was surprised that this is the new Eddie Brock symbiote Anti-Venom. So there you go, and again, a lot of spikes throughout his body, head, shoulders, back of his leg here. I don't know if you call them spikes, but you get the idea. They're just prickly and sharp and kind of cool. So there you go. Marvel Select Anti-Venom. Thanks for watching.